Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just gotta thank the patrons. Thanks to Alan, Billy, Blizz, Brett, Caleb, Chen, Christoph, David, Edia, Eric, Gary, Joey, the other Joey, Matthew, Miguel, Mike, Rodrigo, Sagchief, and Z for their support. If you want to support me, links are down in the description. Enjoy the video. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Blue Maxima, and I'm here checking out Silent Bomber. Someone asked me to check this one out since they saw that I was doing videos on old PlayStation games. I think my voice is just a little too loud there. Let's cut the recording volume a little bit. There we go. So, yeah, someone asked me to do a video on this, and I complied. So let's go and have a look around. There's actually a fair few options. You can set the buttons how you like, which is nice. You can, of course, change your sound settings. You can change your screen position. This is a PlayStation 1 game, by the way, being emulated via BizHawk. So, yeah, there are a few weirdo options here. But you can also turn subtitles on and off, which is nice. And we won't worry about vibration because I don't actually have that working. Oh, well, I'm trying to get this cord into a place that lets me look straight forward while I'm not actually hitting any buttons on my keyboard. It's quite difficult. So we have two main modes here. We've got the VR Arena, which is kind of a weird side mode that lets you fight things from the main game. And we can also just go and load our game and start a new one. We're going to go load a game, obviously. I'm currently on mission 7, I think? Yes, mission 7. Which is about halfway through the game, according to the game guide that I looked up, just to see how far I was through the game, because you kind of want to do that in games that can be as short as PlayStation 1 games are. So there's a few things we can do before we go on to the next mission. We can save our game, obviously. We can also go and have a look in the options menu, which is, you know, exactly what it sounds like. And you can also come and customize your E-chips. You can also do this in the middle of a stage if you absolutely feel the need to. You find E-chips as pickups throughout the game, and you can assign them to either your bomb count, your bomb's range, or the amount of damage you take. So I take 20% less damage, which is a nice little thing in this game, because I'm not that great at it. Much like every other game ever. So that's pretty much it. We can just head straight to the next mission. We're going to get a Fmv Cutscene that tells us the next part of the story.
My, how disturbing. Planning to burn your friends, too?
Pacino, aren't you supposed to be backing up the lieutenant?
Yeah, but she's been captured. Don't make those scary faces at me. There's nothing I could do.
Where did they take her?
Don't tell me you're planning on rescuing her. Hey, you're not worried about that uptight chick, are you?
A commander is necessary to continue this operation.
Is that so? Well, all right then, Yuta. I suppose I can tell you where Henri is being held. But in return, I want you to do a little something for me.
Fair enough. So that wasn't a Fmv cutscene. I do apologize about that, but the weird thing about this game is that it has this annoying tendency to swap between the two of them between stages. It can get kind of silly after a while. So, yeah, this is Silent Bomber, and it is, honestly, it's most comparable to an arcade game, which is a kind of a weird little thing that's got going on for it, but whatever. So the idea is that you have bombs, lots of different kinds of bombs, and you can use these bombs in whatever sense you please, and by whatever sense you please, I mean there are two ways you can use them. So if you hold the square button down, you'll actually launch out long-range bombs. And if you just press the button, you'll just drop them where you're standing. And both of these are useful in different ways. So you might also notice that if you put bombs down on the same spot, they will slowly count up in number. And the higher the number is, depending on how many bombs you put down in the same place, the more damage the explosion will do, which is actually a pretty neat concept because it keeps you moving and makes sure that you can't exactly just go and just spam bombs everywhere, because if you want to do the most amount of damage possible, you want to be throwing out all your bombs into roughly the same place. So if you want to be doing as much damage as possible. These bastards. You do also have special kinds of bombs. Let's just blow these up. You can hurt yourself with these, by the way. It's definitely not the sort of game where you can afford to be just running in like a bloody suicide bomber. You can actually hurt yourself with these. However, you do also have some special kinds of bombs. You have the blue bombs, the red bombs, and the purple bombs. The purple bombs are gravity bombs. They will draw these dudes in, and they will hurt them while also sending them around in big circles. So you do want to be relatively careful about using them, because you can put them down and they might not actually hit anybody, but if you put them down in the right spot, they'll suck up a ton of enemies. And then you can just fire away. And yes, they are affected by the same rules as the other bombs. So you can put multiple down in one place and they'll have a bigger effect overall. You also have the paralyzation bombs, which I already showed off. And you also have Napalm, which just leaves some fire around. It's great for dealing damage to things that don't like having damage dealt to them, because the fire will just stick around and hurt them anyway. And the idea is you want to be using these as cleverly as possible, because the game gives you bonuses for chaining together certain kinds of destruction. So if you can kill multiple enemies in one detonation, you'll get combo points for it. There is also a speed bonus for finishing the level as quickly as humanly possible. And of course you do also have your own score up there. You do also get a bonus for... Whoops. You do also get a bonus for how much life you have at the end of a stage. So making sure you get through with as little damage as possible is very good for you. I'm just trying to see if there's any health around here, but thankfully I can also combine blowing up everything like these buildings and such with building up enemies if I time it right. Well, blowing up enemies if I time it right. There's an E-chip. I want to go get that, because that'll give me the ability to upgrade myself later on. Notably, you can walk through some fire, but not all fire. The game's kind of inconsistent with it. I'm not entirely sure what the deal is with that one. Yeah, as you can see, as long as you manage to keep blowing dudes up, you will get tons of points. The chaining rules are a little bit weird though. I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know if the chain goes away when you take a hit, when you don't manage to blow anything up with an explosion, or both. It can be a little bit temperamental, which is one of the more annoying things about the game. Thankfully, the game controls just fine. I would like a dedicated button for ranged shooting, but at the same time, I can appreciate how holding down the square button makes it so that you really do have to decide between going for the ranged shots and going for just plopping the bomb down anywhere and hoping for the best. And the controls actually do work really well. They are surprisingly comfortable. Like, this is a PlayStation 1 game from 1999, so to have the controls be this functional is actually kind of neat. You do also get a lock-on to an enemy that you establish a lock-on with. So if you want to, like, say, keep your lock on an enemy while they're working on trying to attack you, you can do that. So say if I wanted to try and take out this dude up here, if I wanted to keep the lock on while his shields are up, I can do that as long as I stay close enough. Let's just blow this building up and hope there's some health in it. Because I kind of need it at this point. And I just hurt myself with my own. I just hurt myself with the collapsing building. That's not great. There we go. So yeah, every stage has a particular goal for you to go and accomplish. They are usually outlined for you at the beginning of every mission. And anything that you really do need to blow up is marked as a target. And there's my last target right there.
You did it!
Alright, so now that that's done, the game will... It'll either spawn a boss, or it'll just give me... Yeah, it'll tell me where I need to go to exit. This game does have bosses. They are often huge and quite terrifying. And if you lose all your life, the game will make you continue. However, the stages do have checkpoints. So it's not a massive dick. It won't make you replay the entire stage, but it will make you replay at least some of it. However, you will also lose your score. So if you are looking to get the highest rank at the end of a stage, you will absolutely need to worry about keeping yourself alive for as long as humanly possible, because if you don't, well, you're not going to get that high score. Damn, no pickups. Alright, we'll just head oh. Some buildings by default just have, like, tons of stuff for you to pick up. It's a little bit strange, but thankfully you learn what those are relatively quickly. What do I get? I get gravity bombs. Not that useful, I must admit. You do also get a jump, and if you press the jump button again right before you hit the apex of your jump, you will get a... Let's put down a bunch of paralyzing bombs here to make things a little bit easier on myself. Oh. That did all the damage it needed. Okay, let's just go. Hooray, boss time! But yeah, if you press jump again at the apex of your jump, you'll also do a mid-air dash. And the mid-air dash is actually pretty good at getting you out of the way of problems. So yeah, boss time. Let's just make sure I'm as far away as humanly possible. I imagine this thing can also, yeah, it can definitely run down buildings, as I would have expected. There's probably a weak spot on it somewhere, I just need to find it. Oh, that was a big bomb. Right. I imagine that the weak spot is the big glowing red target area. Hang on, let's go get that life. Oh, and an E-chip. So if I hit start, I can go to the menu from here, and let's see, I have 5, so yeah, I'll just give myself some... Actually, no. Let's give myself a little bit extra range on my bombs. So that's what I mean when I say you can customize your upgrades on the fly. Very useful, actually. So let's paralyze this dude for a little bit. I don't think that actually did anything, damn. Oh, hang on, yeah, we got something we can fire... Oh. Know what I meant to lock onto there. And yes, there is friendly fire on your own bombs. You want to be careful of that. You don't have to lock on to throw out a bomb, but you kind of want to, because making sure the bombs actually stick to enemies is a big thing in this game. For more than one reason. Okay, I'm guessing that these are landmines. So if I put them down there, wait for them to get close, then blow it up. No, okay. Interesting. So how am I supposed to damage this guy? Assumingly I'm going to want to take out these bastard mind layers, or at least they probably have something to do with it. Right, I need to stop going over the mines. That would be a very good idea. These things do take a lot of damage. Probably hear me tapping away the button to furiously throw out bombs. Thankfully, controlling this guy is actually really satisfying, so even replaying bosses over and over again to try and find their weak spots, or even replaying stages over and over again. I don't have the stage unlock available yet. No, the stage select, I should say. The stage select unlock, brain, can't form complete words. Can I jump on this? I can. Okay, hang on. So if I just dump bombs here... Yeah, that'll do it. Right. That explains everything. I just need to try and avoid getting... Right. No wonder this... they're giving me tons of napalm for a reason. And I think I can figure out that reason. But first things first. Paralyze him for a bit. And napalm his ass. There we go. Look at all of that damage. Oh, nope, the target appears to have changed this time. It's now back of his head. Alright. Almost made it out of there. Get out of the... Damn it! Right, so... The back wheels can and will hurt. Makes perfect sense to me. The game looks great too. Like, it's clearly got a bit of a like reduced focus. It's not entirely set on what's the word? It's not entirely set on making the game look really beautiful with massive worlds and all that. But it's got a nice little focus on small areas. And basically, the entire plot of this game is that you're attacking a sort of space empire that destroyed your planet. And this is like their main ship. At least I think that's what the story is. So you end up in this... You end up being like the last surviving attack ship. And you end up having to go through the entire ship and try and, well, you know, blow it up. Save whatever's left of your race. And, you know, that usual set of junk. So it's basically... Everything takes place on a gigantic spaceship. And it absolutely does look like a sort of futuristic giant spaceship. The theme is good. Looks good, and it sounds pretty great too. I like the music. The music in particular is really something. It actually sounds really nice. I'll just drop those bombs there. Get as close as I can to the back, drop as many bombs as I can, and... Yeah, there's the damage. Will it be enough to kill him? Just barely not. Right. Don't worry, problem solved. Always make sure to cover your six, buddy.
Ah, don't be in such a big hurry.
See if there's any more.
Okay,
first. Well, we got paralysis liquid, I'll take that. No issue whatsoever. Well, what way am I supposed to be? I'm assuming I have to go... Yeah, okay, yeah, I was reading the arrow wrong, sure. I'm not going to get the best time bonus for that, but the fact that I didn't die means I kept my score all the way through, which is a nice thing. Come on, C. I've been getting nothing but D's lately. That's unfortunate. Right. We'll save my game real quick. Just to be safe. We'll do it in file 2, though. Just in case I need to re-record this video again because I've stuffed it up. Have I stuffed it up? I don't think I have. Alright. Let's see. Alright, I got 2 chips. So if I were to get rid of my range, I could give myself an extra bomb. Or I could make it so that I have a little bit extra shield, but that still doesn't give me enough range. Alright, I'm gonna give myself more bombs. That seems like a good plan. Oh, here's an FMV. I told you they tend to go back and forth. Also, no subtitles for these, which is a little bizarre. But anyway, the voice acting is bad. Like, I absolutely can't say that the voice acting in this game is good, but at the same time, it's 1999. I don't think Metal Gear Solid had come out at this point.
Damn it, Gino. Didn't you know of a better
But
shot?
also, with that said, considering that this is a 1999 PlayStation 1 game,
Enemy units.
I'm going to give them a lot more credit, because the voice acting in this game isn't bad. It's just, well, it is bad, but by 1999 standards, it's actually decent. So look at that. Combo points because I got multiples. And you can also destroy like the little bullets they fire out if you're good enough with your bombs. So getting a high rank in this game is actually a pretty interesting endeavor. Shame I can't actually hit them from here. There we go. Massive explosion means massive amounts of points. But yeah, the voice acting, it serves purpose. I'll give them a fair amount of credit for actually being it's a decent cast, although admittedly it chews the scenery a bit more than it needs to. But again, 1999, I'll give them a pass. They deserve a decent amount of credit for being a PlayStation 1 game with at least this level of voice acting. Hang on. Oh. That's a boat. That's a boat with missiles. Oh, jeez. Whoop. There we go. And how am I supposed to kill you? Performance is great, actually. This is a pretty smooth game for a PlayStation 1 title. Works pretty well, all things considered. Nice big chains. And another boat. Oh, and they're setting up the little drones as well. That's not great. The main game has 14 stages as far as I'm aware. And of course we haven't gone into the VR mode yet, which is well, let me put it this way. It probably won't give you that much more time on it these days, but it's still a neat little extra mode to play around with if you're bored. So I'll give them a little bit of credit for coming up with a unique way for playing around with it. After this stage, we will go and take a closer look at that mode. They are really not making it easy to destroy this boat. This boat needs to die so I can focus on the bloody dudes. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to die, which is not great. I think I got the boat. Chances are they're gonna bring something big in for... Oh. No, I've lost control of my inputs, so something's happening. Nice variety, too. Like, they've got a lot of different stuff happening in this game. Like, there's a pretty long but otherwise surprisingly annoying corridor section where the entire game is 2D for a while. There's a fair few different kinds of enemies that they cycle in and out from time to time to keep things interesting. And It's never boring, which for an arcade-style game from the 90s, released on consoles, that's actually a pretty decent accomplishment, because that can be kind of hard to accomplish on this kind of platform. I've played a fair few arcade-style games which have become quite dull over the span of their lifespan, but the fact that I'm over halfway through this game and it hasn't quite gotten to that point yet is something else entirely, because usually I tend to get bored by these sorts of things, but no, it's got enough variety to keep it going, which I appreciate quite a bit. More crates means more goodies! And more blowing myself up. Yeah, another E-chip. Cool. As I said, fire can hurt you, but it seems to be kind of inconsistent as to when it does, so the best idea appears to be just to avoid it. So if I take away a bomb... Damn. Alright, so... Okay. Wait until I have one more chip and give myself some more damage resistance, because I'm probably going to need it. Speaking of one more chip... damage resistance, please. There we go. Forgot to hold the button there. Oh dear, look at that. That's not a good sign. More floating platform doobly-doos. Oh well, at least they gave me an opportunity to refill my health. Boss time, right? That definitely looks like a boss. That is absolutely a boss. Or should I say, a squad boss. Yep. Alright, let's do it. Come at me, bro! Whoa.
Target spotted.
Let's not jump off the edge. Can I hurt them from this distance? No, I can't. I guess I have to wait for them to be closer. Either that or I just buff my range a little bit. A better idea. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, those home. Oh god, they home. Dance, monkey, dance. Do I have to destroy those things? Yes. Ow. Okay, no, they just go away on their own, but the missiles, they never stop. Damn, they can't be paralyzed. I was hoping they'd be able to. Let's gravity bomb these. Save me some effort. Get a fair amount of points for it, too. Ow. There we go. Ow. Damn it, I was so proud of myself there for a second, managing to fight off the missiles, but still getting my shit kicked in. I am not good at this dodging thing. Never have been. Probably never will be. Hello. Hello. Damn it. Maybe wearing me down. Can't use napalm here because I don't have that much room to maneuver. They've always got creative ideas for bosses. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not going to be able to finish these guys off with the slight amount of health that I have left. Not only that, but they've got a... Ow. Yep, they've got a new kind of attack. As I said, they are never not interesting. Which is a point in its favor. Absolutely. Yep, there it goes. Alright, so I got one more mode to show you.
Really?
And that will be the VR arena. So if I hit no, we can pop on out back to the main menu, I assume. Yep, I am assuming correctly. We can go to the VR arena. You can't actually visit this until you have a save game in the main game, because you find data chips in the main game, and these data chips actually unlock people that you can fight with. Because there is both one player versus two player and one player versus computer player in this. So I can play as Jutar, or I can play as any of these bastards. I can play as, like, these are some of the bosses. So I can play as the Fire Ox, and we can have the other guy play as Jutar, and we can fight. We have dedicated shields on the L and the R buttons. Or at least I think the L1 and R1 buttons, at least I think these guys do. And we also have a weapon assigned to each face button, except for, like, X. So, you can just put the giant mechs in this game up against each other, or you can invite a friend and just see who comes out on top. Which is it's kind of a stupid mode. Like, I admit that it feels kind of tacked on, but it's also kind of neat to be able to just put two gigantic robots up against each other. So I'll give them a little bit of credit for adding a little bit of extra replayability. And the majority of the unlockable, well, yeah, the majority of the unlockable dudes in this mode are, they are required to, you do need to get the data chips to unlock most of them, but the last three need you to get all high ranks on the main stages. So in order to get everything, you do need to put a fair amount of effort in. The AI doesn't seem to be particularly good at using this guy because he hasn't managed to deliver a hit on me yet, and he wasn't going to at all because he's done. Still, a neat little way to give you a little bit of extra replayability, but honestly, you'll probably be here just for the main campaign, which goes for a couple of hours, and actually, to be fair, it'll probably go for longer if you aren't particularly good at it, or if you want to get the high scores. And it's got a decent amount of variety, feels pretty good to play, and while the story is basically just kind of laugh-worthy because of the bad voice acting, it's still decent enough for a 1999 PlayStation 1 game. I would pretty thoroughly recommend Silent Bomber if you ever get the opportunity to play it. It's good fun. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.